Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Badature Lord here again. Good to see ya. Yeah, if y'all want to chime in, you are more than welcome to, my friends. So, I am intent on continuing going medieval, but here's the problem. Let me show you the problem. Okay. You'll notice there are a lot of red. There's a lot of red over everything that I've been playing. And the reason is they've updated to a new version. So, yeah. Point 8 of going medieval, or... Yes. Point 8.0 has come out, and that has broken all of my saves. I have to revert to an old version in order to play my games. I don't know how to do that, so I'm not inclined to do that, which is unfortunate, because I was really enjoying what I was doing. But this is not the first time I've had to clean up a settlement. As in, starting from scratch. So we're gonna do that. Before we do, though, let's have a look at this new update just to get an idea here. Give me just a second to load in yet another window. We're gonna go on Steam and just have a look at this thingy. Ah, good. It paid attention. It found it. Why isn't it showing it? Must be a security feature of some kind. Never mind. No. Never mind. We won't look at it on Steam, but I will pull it up here momentarily. Yes. Store page, patch notes. Okay, rare crash occurrences, update 4. Alright, I will pull this up briefly here to give you an idea of what is new, apparently. So, yeah, let's go to that, shall we? Thank you. Ooh. No, that's not working right. Bingo. Alright. So, I did not know this was coming out. Probably because I was not looking well enough. Forgive me. Alright. So, Going Medieval launched as early access exactly a year ago. Well, it's your birthday. Ah, I know a lot of June birthdays this year, of which mine is one. I will be turning 31 soon. Ah, good times. Beef sandwich. To celebrate this milestone, they have a new update, Animals and Pets, which is live. All the fixes and improvements are stable. Good. Old saves will not work with this update. Feck. Which is why I just trashed all of mine, which annoys the hell out of me. But as annoying as this is, okay, sure, I could download that, don't care, disable mods, they don't really have me. Old custom scenarios. I'll probably need to check that to make sure my monastery start can still work properly, and if it can't, I'll just have to fix it a bit. Which leads to the more interesting part. Naming animals is a thing now. And not only are there deer and wolves, as there were before. But now apparently there are goats and foxes, chickens, dogs, rats, cattle, wild boar. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. All very interesting. Yes, goats, sheep, chicken, dogs, foxes, boars, cows, and rats. More will come later. Cool. Animals can be male or female. Well, as we saw, they did have male deer and female deer, so does and bucks. So good. Easy. Hey. Don't do that. Let's see. What else? Animals can be old and young, have a randomized lifespan. Influences the amount of resources, kind of like trees, as we've seen before. Animals have to sleep. Ooh, interesting. Is this showing up properly? I don't think this is showing up properly. Let me... that's better. That shows the important part. Carnivores eat carcasses. All animals eat food when they get hungry, and you can forbid them from eating. I presume this is only tame animals, like dogs and cows, and not wolves and deer. Animals made among themselves, if they're the same species. I presume this means that pigs and boar will not be able to breed, and dogs and wolves will not be able to. That would be interesting, though. And, yes, number of animals. Okay, yes, and pens will be a thing, too. Wild animals will roam, but avoid your settlement. Herbivores look for plants to eat, avoiding food located in the player's settlement unless there's nothing else. They lose health when they starve. And map type influences what animals you get, and all animals are tameable. Tame deer, tame wolves. Interesting. In the sense, of course, it's to some degree rather like RimWorld, but not entirely. You can tame any number of animals, but there's a one-day cooldown in your attempts. Of course, it's bound by the animal handling skill. There's a minimum requirement for certain animals. If it's successful, tame stat increases, slows down over time. Yeah, basically the same rules as RimWorld. I don't have RimWorld, or else I'd be playing it, but yeah, no, more or less very similar. You domesticate it by maxing the tame status. Okay. Domestic animals roam around without your concern. Settlers can harvest them, can be utilized in this way. Okay, they can't go through doors unless the doors are just open. They look for roofed areas if they can. They need to eat. They can be slaughtered for meat, which produces a carcass, which is then butchered. And animals live in an animal pen, which are created by enclosing an area with a fence or a wall, which we've had for a while now, but it's nice to see them. Looks like they've overhauled it a bit, if you can see. Originally they had like 2 railings, and now it looks like they have 4, which is good. Okay, and they can be roped. Kind of like an old game that I used to play called Haven and Hearth, which is a really good game, but it just absorbs so much of your time, but I'm going to ignore that for now. Fences, barn doors. Yeah, okay, so fence gates can be set to always open or the default. It replaces fences but not walls, not able to be built upon for stability purposes. So in other words, you won't be able to build over it on a like a roof or with a floor. So I presume no wicker door houses, which is kind of unfortunate because that's kind of a nice look. Okay, what else? Barn doors can't be locked and can't be set to always open. Creates a room, not a pan, but it isolates the temperature primarily so that you can keep it from getting too hot or too cold, I imagine? And animals can go through it without any issues. Very good. Okay. Small animals and untamed animals can't be penned, but they can be roped. Animals eat food available in the area out of a trough. Alright. Alright, and domesticated animals. They can also be trained in the same way they're tamed. They can go through unlocked doors and don't need to be roped. They can and will engage enemies. That's good to know. Attack dogs. Can haul and will haul if resources need to be. Again, that's like RimWorld. It depends on the animal type, though, of course. Interesting. And once it's assigned to a master, it will have the same sleeping schedule as them. That is interesting. Okay. Animals can eat regular food, I presume, as well as resources, although they have their own kibble or animal feed. Animals produce eggs, milk, wool, stuffed eggs. Ooh! A meal made with eggs as a cooking material. Junket made with milk. Wonder what that is. Curdling milk, used for making cheese. What is a tart be dry made with cheese as a cooking? Probably that thing. A cheese tart. I could go for that. And aged wine. Finally we can get decent wine. I hope. Alright, what else? A fermenting station, which improves cheese, alcohol, and fruit juice. Okay. Deer head decorations no longer require bones, but instead you get trophy racks. You have to get heads from carcasses. Interesting. Kind of reminds me a little of placing little statues and shrines in Children of the Nile. Sort of. They finally separated shield and weapon racks. This is good. Alright, what else to know? Days are longer. Cool. Traps are... I honestly had no opinion about the days. They seemed fine to me. But, no, that's cool. I like more playtime. Traps can injure your settlers if they walk over them. That's important. Fodder is a resource, which can be done with hay and animal feed. Good, good. Idle warning sound is disabled, and is... That's unfortunate. I needed that sometimes, but that's alright. Alright, pathfinding. This is probably not all that very important. Alright. I've read enough. Let's jump into it, shall we? Alright, let's have a look here. We'll do standard, difficult. Yeah, my old monastery one is gone now, which really kind of pisses me off, but... Alright, we'll try this again. It is a good thing, however, that we're doing a new one, because I had forgotten to actually select a settlement name. Let's see. The name of the settlement. By the way, nothing that I've been eating or drinking is alcoholic, so don't worry, I won't be slurring my speech, at least not on account of alcohol. But I just got done with work, so a quick lunch before I dive into the game. Maybe I should eat it before I go on, but So we did a valley last time, and it seemed fine, and you know what, I think I'll keep on with that. We'll make a large map this time, however. Instead of Canby, I could do Carnby for Alone in the Dark. Yeah, but who honestly cares about that reference? Not I. I've never been much of a horror game player myself. Edward Carnby is, well, okay. Go look it up. Go look up Alone in the Dark. You'll either come across the old DOS game, probably a review by Lazy Game Reviews, or you'll come across the terrible Uwe Boll movie, but either way, you're in for a treat. Probably more of a treat with the bad German movie. Anyway. But not Canby. I think... Market... So, Market Bosworth was the name of the friend of a popular children's author. If you've heard of Thomas the Tank Engine, the man who wrote that book was a reverend in the Church of England, and he had a friend named Teddy Boston, who was in one of his books called The Fat Clergyman. And the author called himself the Thin Clergyman in that book. Yeah, he cameoed in his own book. Definitely worth a look. Market Bosworth was the Reverend Boston's original parish, so I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards that, or a name like it. Market Aureus? Market Arjour. Sure. That's as good a name as any. Market of the Blue Bowl, I think. Alright, so let's generate a settler. Okay, and who have we got here? Sigmund Elford. An uprooted marshal. Had the gift of healing animals and occasionally humans. Learning the teachings of Galen and Aristotle. An excellent sense of humor. After the apocalypse, Sigmund despaired. Seeing villagers die was bad. Watching many sheep succumb was catastrophic. Sigmund did his best to ease their suffering, slitting their throats at the signs of infection. Without livestock or livelihood, Sigmund fled. I think you mean Sigmund Freud, my friend. I am kidding, of course. The problem with our boy Sigmund here is that he has bad construction, and that's not tolerable. So, yeah, we're gonna customize him up a bit. make him at least decent. Be able to make some traps for himself, since he's going to be alone for a bit. He'll probably run across somebody soon enough. Ill-favored, born with a boss eye which made it difficult to know where to look when speaking to him. I know the feeling, my friend. That's alright. Elf shot. Not liking that, not gonna lie. And Oak Brethren. No, no, no. I will not have any Oak Brethren. With all due respect to the pagans, no. Just no. Smithing, don't rightly care. Especially considering I'm gonna make that a low, and we're gonna make something else into a high, since he's got... I mean, he's got, like, what? 6 stars originally. So you know what? Let's do something to fix that, shall we? So tailoring, mining, medicine. Yeah, let's give him medicine. Okay, and can he protect himself at all? No. That's not going to do very well. You need to be able to protect yourself just a bit. So, tell you what, we're going to drop that. We're going to drop animal handling a bit. I realize I don't need to because we've still got plenty of points, but nevertheless. I don't honestly mind his look, although it's kind of weird to have that look and this name. That's more German, but hey, I'm not knocking it. I'm interested in changing up his background. Actually, no. Let's leave that be. No, let's leave that. And let's give him a random pseudonym. The Fool of Minith. I think we broke it, however. Name? Yeah, we're gonna have to send that to them. I'll let them know. Okay. Sigmund had at one time played the fool at court and reveled in being allowed to insult the high and mighty, as long as he caused enough mirth to compensate. His cutting wit and humorous insults were unsurpassed. Alright, yes, that is the kind of trait that I am looking for. Looks great. Alright, so he's not gonna be great. He's probably not gonna cook very well, but this I can work with. I can work very, very well with this. Alright, Sigmund of Market Arzur. Arzur? I leave it to you to determine how you want to pronounce that. We are gonna leave tutorial tips off because I don't plan on doing a lot of... I don't plan on getting involved with the animals too much at the moment because... what can I say? I am a sissy rabbit food eater, frankly. And that's alright. I am more than happy to eat my vegetables in happiness and contentment. Alright, so we're going to load this up. Might have been a mistake to load it up using a large map, especially given all these new mechanics, but we'll see. No, we're not going to watch YouTube at the moment. Don't know why I even brought it up. So while we're doing this, yeah, I'm gonna miss that old save, but... Again, I've started many, many games like this, and so I'm not... I'm not exactly hurting at the prospect of missing that game. Alright, let's read the text. Through a blizzard, the last hunting party of the year returns. One member is missing, presumed dead. Far from what passes for civilization, Sigmund is on his own. He grits his teeth and resolves to build a home in the wilderness to shelter from the biting cold. The only sound is the distant call of wolves. Sigmund is confident, defiant even. I will make this work. I will take my share of the land. I will build there. I will defend it. Many have tried. Some have fallen, beset by bandits, defeated by drought. Yet many have also prevailed. I must have faith. The place I found will stand for centuries from now. My descendants may be there still. After many travails, he arrived in a valley with golden plains, cut through by a snaking river. Boy, there'd better be a river this time. For Sigmund, it conjured visions of bountiful harvest, song, and wine, a place to put down roots, an homeland. He decided to title it Market Arzur. From the Liber Hermageddonum by the Venerable Fabian, New Exeter, circa 1365. Interesting. Alright, well, let's dive in. And already... Oh, we've got a dog. Oh, we've got a douche. Oh, who doesn't love a douche? Alrighty. Well then. All headgear. And all melee weapons. He's got a spear, that'll do. Do not deny any of this. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but it'll be fine. And all armor. And don't flee, just be neutral. Settlers are idle. Alright, and as before, we need to get a roof over this guy's head. I'm not going to try to belabor the point, but... Alright, simple... Instead of what we did last time, let's make a more broad house, I suppose. We'll build walls around that thing, I guess. And we are going to make them out of wood, because there's not much else at the moment. Okay, pay attention, alright. So, zoop, 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 zoop. Is that the size of the last place I made? I don't quite recall. No, this is a little larger, I think. Alright, we're gonna put a wooden door. Oh! Oh, we have new doors, even. We have a wicker door, a grated door, and a barn door, which cannot be used to secure against wandering animals. I think that's a good idea. Just to provide a simple door, it'll cut down on costs, that's for sure. And we'll put a window in as well. Plenty of hay to be had here, so let's go ahead with a... Why can I not select? Let's harvest some grass before we decide on the roof yet. Oh, one other thing. A floor. Frankly, I wish you could put in a hay floor, as that just makes sense to me. I don't know if you've ever seen King of the Hill, but they talk about the old-fashioned restaurant that just has sawdust all over the floor. For puke reasons? I'm not sure. But at any rate. So the first thing, alright. Got his schedule up. Let's have him take his leisure at noon, just for the hell of it. And jobs. Okay. Tending is going to be priority 1. Convalescing, priority 1. Hunting, not very important. Construction, very important, but not the most important. Harvesting, far more important. As well as cutting plants. At this time, this makes sense. Research, that can wait. Hauling, yes. Stewardship, yes. Let's wait on the rest of this. We are probably going to want to hunt something, I imagine, on account of the dog, so that's a thing. Alright, now let's selectively harvest some old dead trees. No, you can't. Okay, so shift clicking is not a thing as yet, so just gonna have to select an area with a bunch of trees in it that I want to come down. Oh well. And we're just gonna speed this up because this is going to take forever. Actually, you know what? Let's reform this schedule a bit. Because we just had him doing anything he wanted, so that only makes sense to me at the moment. Alright. And we're just gonna have him do this for a while. That's gonna take a bit. Maybe I'm gonna cancel some of this so that we're not doing this all day. Alright, food reserves are low, so let's have him finish off some more trees. Let's see, construction, we have that at 2. So yeah, we just have to get him to chop down trees, and then he'll haul things to our new stockpile. We're gonna have him put everything except waste there for the moment. And he's gonna get busy. Let's see, can he do thatch roofs now? Or is that... Nope, there it is. Thatch roof. Alright. Let's rotate that baby. Uh-huh. Nice. That'll do fine. So he's gonna go ahead and haul all of this. And does he have a weapon? Just so that he can protect himself? Good, good. Okay, good. So he will be able to defend himself, and he is... Okay, what else is he hauling? Okay, just more hay, I guess. That's not all that I want you to attend to as well, though. You're going to need to eat, so gather from that big bunch of berries over there. Yeah. Who doesn't love a good berry? Who doesn't love red currants? You know you love them. They're sweet, and they're tender, and they're delicious, and they're food, so how can you hate them? Let's see here. So everything here is going to rot if I don't deal with it soon enough. And he's just picking away because this is what he's going to be living off of for the next bit of winter. Okay, and he's harvesting, and how good is he at harvesting? He's moderately good at botany, so he should be fine. Whole bunch of freaking ivy shrubs here. Fortunately, that one is dead. So finally, it's just a matter of getting these, well, under a roof is being generous, but... Oh, crap. There is one other thing that I needed to build for him. Let's go ahead and put down the spot for that, at least for the moment. Right in front of the window. Yeah, that should be fine. I'll go ahead and have him do that. Those red currants will be fine for the moment. But he is not. Not for forever. Okay, but the dog, he's sleeping. He's happy. He's not properly hungry yet. But he will be soon, and that packaged meal might be his. Unless we can find something to hunt to give him something to eat. I hate to say it, but we may end up eating him. Ooh. Unless... Yeah, he's gonna be suffering for a bit until he builds himself a house. He's very tired at the moment, though, so he's going to be wanting to go to bed soon, I think. He is really tired. He is exhausted. Okay. How long before you give up? I'm not going to let you lose consciousness, because that's not gonna be pleasant for him. Okay. Okay. Stop. Okay. You're getting low. You're getting very slow. Go to bed. Just go to bed for a bit. Holy crap, no. Cut it out. Go... Jeez, man. Go to bed. Go to bed. Thank you. Okay. Good. He's finally resting again. Sheesh. Okay. Just go to sleep until you're fully rested, okay? Alright, so he's gonna take a little nappy nap while his dog is, slightly hungry. Is that deer still around? Yes, I think, yes it is. Okay, they both are. There's two there. Alright. So he's sleeping, he's a little hungry. Alright, well... Alright, so he is constructing at the moment, but honestly, I'm concerned for his dog, and so I'm going to go ahead and draft him and have him go after that deer with his spear. We're not going to do rhyming puns again. I think that's probably what killed the game. Never mind the update. Oh no, definitely not the update. Definitely my attempts to co-opt rhyming for really stupid reasons. Okay. Yes, I said go after the deer, if you please. Where did it go? Okay, it's here. Go attack it. What is your major malfunction, soldier? Come on. Come on! This weapon cannot damage this target. Oh, for pity's sakes, man. What do you mean it can't? That's nonsense. Alright, fine. Fine, we'll make you grab the bow. Alright, you may be a very poor shot, but... Okay, yeah, okay, so, yeah, go back to constructing, but then I'm gonna have you hunt. I'm gonna have you hunt a lot. Perfect. Alright. Now let's go. Go and try and kill some... Wait a minute. Wait. Ah! It must be hungry. No. Just haul it to the stockpile for the moment. Hunting is not necessary at the moment. It is a low priority for you, Captain. What isn't a low priority, however, now that we've got all this, is building a butcher's table. That is a high priority now. That is a very high priority. Okay. The last thing that is a high priority for me, building a research table. Good thing I claimed out a little more space than I had before. Oh, yeah, and he's gonna go harvest some herbs, so that we have some herbal medicine to look forward to. Just in case something terrible happens, having a bit of herbal medicine will be very helpful. Alright, so, and he's gonna haul that back. Yes. Again, it's mostly survival of the fittest at the moment. And since he's alone, he's got to be the fittest, so therefore, we're going to make sure he survives. And that means putting a roof over his head. And a floor under his feet, and more importantly, his stockpile. I don't know how he builds a floor underneath his stockpile, but hey, I'm not... I don't care. It works. But Sigmund's going at it. Sigmund, the fool of Minith, an uprooted marshal. Yeah, no, okay. A man who really cares about animals. God love him. Alright. Alright. So what's the first thing? Well... He does have, and he's going to have a research table for his first piece of true furniture. Okay, cool. I am cool with that. That is very cool. And we're also going to trim some more trees so that... Okay, and, oh, I almost forgot. He is going to need something to cook over now, isn't he? So we're going to build him a campfire out by the butcher's table. And are we going to put a roof over that, or are we going to leave it? I'm maybe not going to worry too much about that for the moment, because he's going to need wood, whatever he chooses to do. You know, because you gotta have wood. I mean, how else are you going to say you got wood? How is the animal doing? I kind of wish it showed up in the panel. Did it eat? No, it didn't eat. It had, although it found food somewhere, so I wonder where it found food from, since it seems not to have attacked the corpse. Did it eat a meal? It might have eaten a meal. I'm not sure. At any rate, I wasn't really expecting our man to be eating really well out here. Not for a really long time, so yeah, that's alright. But we're just gonna try and get more or less back up to where we were before, before last time. Oh no, did it crash? Are you kidding? Okay, no, good, it didn't... Oh, I would have been very unhappy if it had crashed right there. And so would you, if anybody's listening, and I hope someone is. Have you got any ideas for names, by the way, or... Okay. Or something that you'd like to name? Well, we can name the dog, I guess. Can we? Okay, yeah, we can slaughter it or release it. It's presently named Cobain. I might go ahead and name it myself, just for the moment. But if anyone wants to comment on wanting their name or wanting a name to be chosen, please let me know. Nothing stereotypical, but, you know, something kind of... What would be a good name for a dog? In the context of my thinking. So he knows about Islam, or whatever that variant of it is in this game. He is a marshal. He was separated from his party and is trying to survive in the wilderness. Well, my first impulse as an American would be to name him after some mountain man of some kind. Even though Davy Croc. Perfect. Probably because he's where most of his meals end up, is going to be my reckoning of it. Ugh. Alright, but our man is tired. He is very close to finishing building, though. He's hungry. He's probably going to go to sleep, I hope, after this. I wish you could just tell him to go to bed. How freaking... Oh, man. Is he going to... Okay, good. Now he's going to sleep. Good. Alright, Davy Croc. How are we doing, then? We're just wandering around. We're not leaving the house because door's not open. Oh, speaking of which, let's see this wicker door that we've got here. Okay, it's about what you'd expect. It's a bunch of sticks standing up on a hinge, which is, you know, kind of weird, but for the moment I say let's keep it open. It's not much of a door anyway. Mind you, he's not going to be able to, or wanting to open it for a while, so, He's become a zealot somehow. I don't even. So, I didn't make him one. You saw that I didn't make him one. Not that I mind, but, well. Oh well. I wonder if a trow is what we need for our dog friend to, well, before we even think about that, however, we've got a couple of deer carcasses, and I say we carve them up. Especially because I want to do some new things. Okay, so raw meat. Oh, but dear, I did tell him to go hunting, didn't I? What the hell. It's more fun than staying indoors, I guess. Though I don't think I should worry about such things, honestly. So he wants to hunt, because I presume he doesn't have much else to do at the moment, because I haven't assigned him enough. Produce meal or kibble? I need vegetables to do that, however, and I don't really have any vegetables. There's iron nuggets, there's berries, but there's not really vegetables. And I now just realized that if I'm going to build a clay brazier, not to be confused with a clay brazier, which is not a piece of clothing I foresee anybody needing in the near future. Please God, no. I really hope nobody needs a clay bra. That would be just so utterly strange. We're going to have to harvest clay, though, in order to get, well, a clay brazier. Fortunately, there is some to pick up on the map, so we will attend to it. Oh, I made him go all the way out here, too. Let's go ahead and forbid that again. Just forbid everything there, just for the moment. Because we don't need to go all the way out there in order to get food to eat. We just don't. I mean, to get clay, we don't need to go all that way. But we will go that far for berries, just, well, because berries are tasty. Yeah, berries are tasty, and therefore they are worth going out to Kingdom Come for. Yep, I'm gonna take that one. I am gonna stand by that one. Yeah. So while he does that, he can... Alright, so we're gonna let him do that. His dog is going to be fine, I'm sure. Alright, Botany's gonna go up. Man, he's gonna be very, very good with... He is gonna be very good at harvesting and at farming later when we get him farming things. You know, I almost wonder if I should make him plant some berry bushes now. Just so that he doesn't have to go out to Kingdom Come in order to... get food. Not that he needs to now, he actually has plenty, but... just for the moment, don't even think about it. Instead, focus on butchering something, will you? Because your dog's going to need it. Hurry up. Okay, cool, cool. We are butchering things. It's not greatly productive because we're outside in the snow. Fair enough. What resources do we have in excess of? We have lots of sticks, so I say we make a stick awning, because then we can expand that into some kind of a fortification, no doubt. That's not quite gonna be enough. Also, not enough space. We are gonna have to build beams at a certain point, but oh well. For now, this will do. That is okay. That's actually really awkward, and I'm not going to do that. Trees. Okay, there's a mature one. Leave the growing ones alone. Do gather the mature and dead ones, however, especially the ones that are getting close to being dead. Oh, and of course the dead ones that are close to just dissolving altogether. Leave the adult trees that are just hanging around in their prime, you know. Don't cut down the tall poppies, you know. George the tree has to go to the office like everybody else, and, you know, you don't want to deprive his family and his kids until he's of a ripe old age where he can be harvested for wood. Because George the tree, he contributes. You know, he's a roosting place for birds. Does he produce flowers? I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of making shit up, so I wouldn't worry too much about his... Okay, one of the problems with the fire that I have, it's right where I would like to put... It's right where I'd like to put a support so that I can improve my structures, but there's no worrying about it at the moment. Also, how freaking tired are you, Sigmund? I'm getting tired just looking at you. Now he's getting tired. He tends to go to bed around the time when he begins to lose consciousness. I'm not sure that's a very healthy schedule. So here's what I'm gonna do. Time to just let him sleep a bit. No more late nights for you, son. Get a decent sleep schedule. At least get 6 hours, man. And what else? Okay, he ate raw meat like an animal. Ugh. Yeah, no, my sympathies, my friend. That's not exactly what I wanted to do, but it'll do. What will not is not having somewhere to cook at. Let's rebuild it here, I guess. That'll do. Oh, there is one thing about this clay brazier. it's going to cause everything to rot if I try and do that. So let's keep things at a low temperature. I don't really want to do that, but also, how's the... Yeah, so I really need beams or something. Looking for more mature trees. And to think all he had to do was go on maturetrees.com if he wanted that. Do we really make jokes like that? Maybe not. Maybe I should not make jokes like that. Very tempting to, though. Don't get me wrong. Let's put certain sorts of matter here, since they'll be roofed here. We'll put clay and wood, because that's not going to rot very quickly. Ooh. And fodder, in particular hay. Yes, let's at least do that to protect some things, while also clearing out our house of things that we need, but that don't need to be indoors. Okay, and we have a lone traveler. Very good. Shit, where'd he go? Okay, he's here. Our man is here. He is producing more things. Is he still producing at a... No! No, I guess as long as most of the table is covered, he's happy. He's more than happy, I guess. All right, good. No, I'm happy for you. That's nice. How about cooking? Is cooking... Let's do a lot of cooking. Oh, I should probably designate him to make meals if I actually want to do that for him. I didn't think of that. Why didn't I think of that? That's like the stupidest thing. That's like the easiest thing to think of. I don't know why I didn't even... Well, at any rate, where's this merchant fella here? He is coming in. He is from the Philosophers of the Natural Order, which is an intellectual faction, if I recall correctly. So we should try to be on good terms with him, but it's not the highest of priorities, I guess. It's a good priority, but not the highest. I am really eager to make waves with the Church of the Third Coming, because that's just the kind of character that I sort of seek. Because of the church at this time, I'm not sure what exactly it would have been, but, well, the body of Christ, anyway. If that sort of theologizing exists in this world, which I hope it does. But what do I know? With Kale Newbie. We will be trading with Kale Newbie. I like trading with newbies. I can get behind that. Alright, and it looks like he's got some really useful stuff here. He's got some seeds that we can definitely use. There's probably some wild barley here, so it's not all must-have stuff, though flax definitely... Well, it will pay off in the end, so I'll grab some seeds of... Although I should see... What do I have that I can give to him? Frankly, I shouldn't be selling too much herbal medicine, but it is one of the more valuable things that I've got at the moment. Oh, as well as roasted meat. Actually, yes, I should absolutely sell as much of this as I can. What else has he got? He's got... Okay, barley. He's only got 2 barley. That's not worth very much, but it is something. Carrot seeds... Flaxseed. Does he have anything else that's worthwhile? Well, he doesn't need herbs, that's for sure. I could get more herbs. Frankly, though, I'm feeling the pinch for alcohol, so that sounds just as important to me. Do we want to sell anything else? Some of the red currant? You know, I don't think so. I don't think selling red currants is in my best interest. I might just have to make do with 2 mead, I think is about all I'm going to do, I guess. That will have to do. 2 mead. Maybe... Yep, bingo. That does the job. Alright, and that gives me... a very decent set of circumstances, I suppose. Actually, this fire is keeping it decent enough inside that he can actually sleep, which I think is maybe the better thing. For the moment, though, this is gonna do fine. I'm really liking his chances of surviving and doing well out here. Where is that mead at, however? Oh, it's all that stuff is out there and is going to need to be brought indoors sooner rather than later, I think. I really wish you could place down, like, hay floors or something like that. Oh, well. But for the moment, yeah, no, just cooking and, getting resources. What more could you want in life, after all? All that to the stockpile. Actually do a lot of hauling to the stockpile, if you please. Because there's a lot of crap out here. I really wish you could multitask, or queue up tasks is what I'm thinking here. Oh, and the autosaving is taking a very generous amount of time as well, so this is going very interestingly. Everything's gonna be alright for the moment, however. Not amazing, but it'll be alright for now. Barley rots in 3 days. I'm not... That does not please me. Prioritize hauling things. Oh, there is one other thing I need to do as well. Make sure that he does not use the barley. No, we don't want him to use the barley. Don't make him use rotten meat or smoked human meat or anything stupid like that. Just make him haul resources. Igder van den Noordzee. Sorry, random things come into my mind, and my natural impulse is to just kind of let them do their thing, because otherwise I get bored. Van den Noordzee is, not a real song, I wouldn't say. Ooh. Well, oh, I can't farm with it yet because I haven't researched agriculture. I wonder if he knows how to sing anything. Any army tunes he might have known, or learned while he was in Arabia. Dog is hungry. We have enough food that that's not going to be an issue. Davy Croc is probably going to be a very, very good stockpile of raw meat. Oh, I'm sure he will be. In you, good stockpile. Oh. Well, that's good. A glorious dream of soaring around paradise and feeling very, very happy. I'm very happy for him, indeed I am. Okay. I mean, so far so good. Today has been alright. If there's anything you think I should be doing that maybe I'm not, please let me know in your text. I'd be most appreciative of it. Go ahead and chat. I'd love to hear something, have something to talk about. That would make my life a lot more worthwhile than it is at the moment. Not that I mind my life, but it is kind of boring just having myself to talk to. I could really use a second man or, you know, a heckler from the audience or something. As much as I like this game and I enjoy just being in the land and building, half of the point of streaming is to try and dialogue with your constituents, audience, something like that. Okay, let's sort... Oh, wait, no. That's the camera view. Team indicators, group resources. That's what I'm trying to do. What materials have we got? We have some wood, and we've got clay. So... And yes, I know there are a lot of things you want to haul to the stockpile because I selected altogether too many things for you to haul in the first place, but nevertheless... I will set a wooden floor under here, underneath our new shrine, which we will have soon, I hope. Not too soon, though. Because if I build it before I build the floor on which it is going to settle, it will just collapse and I'll have to rebuild it again, and that wouldn't do. That would just be a waste. Instead, maybe better to... Okay. focus our efforts a bit here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Yes, I wanted to dig the floor out from underneath here. Yeah, dig that, dig this, dig a bit of this, and that's not exactly where I want things to rest at the moment, but it would be a good start. Alright. Unfortunately, our poor guy is basically living in... Well, living in a freezer is maybe a bit harsh, but it's... I mean, it's cold enough to keep meat from going bad. So, you tell me if it's a freezer. So, if its heat output is 1500, is that 1500 BTUs? Joules? What unit of measurement is it? Is it, you know... a heat measurement, by the whisker of the pig or something like that? I don't know what 1500 it is. I'll tell you this, though. 1500 whatevers they are is, again, it's enough to keep our guy from freezing. And in that respect, it well, I guess, should be respected. Seeds are doing okay. Bones are doing about as well as you'd expect anyway. Is this a stockpile? Why do I have a stockpile right in the middle here? I must have accidentally brought it into existence, because that's not what I was trying to do. I don't want anything to be trapped under snow, so that's gonna be a thing too. I'm gonna let Sigmund Freud here. I know that's not his name. I'm gonna let Sigmund dig around a bit, cause that'll make him a little happy. Cause he really wants a basement. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if in a future patch they allow you to have, what would it be? It would be mushrooms, like mushroom farms, like mushrooms that grow underground. And in having those, you could be kind of you could kind of do a 3D dwarf fortress, except really 3D, because it's not just the GUI that's in 3D. It is the environment. It's not just made up, kind of the way the Lazy Noob pack in Dwarf Fortress just kind of superimposes a facade of a 3D environment so that you can make a pretense of... What am I trying to... Okay, so that... The Lazy Noob pack and certain 3D texture packs for Dwarf Fortress. If you've never played Dwarf Fortress, it is a supremely complicated and ugly game that requires a tremendous amount of imagination in order to appreciate. But some people have developed what are called tile sets, so that you can kind of better visualize the dwarves and the creatures in the game, among other things. And some of these tile sets allow you to see the game as if it were in 3D, or at least in 3D isometric. If you don't know what that is, if you've ever played a game like Stronghold, or any mid to late 90s or early 2000s game, which claims to be in 3D but doesn't actually require 3D, but instead projects things in so that they look kind of like this, that's called more or less isometric, where you can't just rotate the camera like this, but you rotate it on angles so it looks kind of like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then like this. That's isometric. Alright. It's not a freewheeling camera like this particular game and like most modern games. Dwarf Fortress can be made to look like a relatively competent 90s game that's making a pretense of pretending to be 3D. I don't know if that's particularly meaning for Colony Sim manufacturers, but for me, I kind of need the visuals. And frankly, some people do, and there's no shame in that, because, well, if there's anything that's true about humans, it's that we like to look at things. The eyes are probably the most important feature of the anatomically modern human. If you look at all other creatures in the world, they don't have eyes that look like ours. If you look at our eyes, you'll notice that the pupil in most other animals is entirely surrounded by the folds of skin or fur or feather or whatever, and don't have any whites to their eyes, the way we do. If they have eyes at all. So visual media are very important to us, and it's kind of why blind people kind of get the short end of the stick in the modern world, because it's a very visually oriented society, not through any fault of our own, but that's just kind of how we do things, because that's how humans are. Humans are creatures that depend on sight, and after that, hearing. So what's my point in saying all this? I'm not totally sure. Okay, yeah, okay. My point is, I like this game because it's very visually appealing. Unlike other, more complex and far more interesting, but much uglier games. Such as Dwarf Fortress. Actually, probably primarily or only Dwarf Fortress, because most other games in the Colony Sim genre are pretty competent. And you know, that series did not begin with Dwarf Fortress or with Banished or anything like that. There are actually much older games that predate this, or Dwarf Fortress, or Banished, or any of the other more or less classic 3D Colony Sim games. They were probably the most famous of the series that deal with building little colonies with lots of individual people is probably the Settlers, I believe, which began back in the days of DOSBox. But after DOSBox, DOSBox? No, not DOS. Not in the days of DOSBox. No. In the days of DOS. In the days of MS-DOS, more particular. Oh. Now I can stop mumbling like an idiot about things that really don't matter. Not that this does, but this matters more. Appearing deranged at first, Dior was simply overcome with terror. A pitiful stumbling corpse with wheels from binding and harsh beatings by a cruel master. Dior begged, "Hide me! I will die if I am caught." I could leave him, but what if I don't? An archer and a marauder. That could be difficult. What? Okay, so you're terrible at construction, but you're good at melee. And you're an Oak Brother zealot. The Confessor and a tempered soldier. Well, you'll get on with our marshal very well. All right, sure. Come in. Come in and know me better, man. Sure, you're a fucking pagan, but that's all right. We'll get you set up, man. I forgot how freaking huge this map is, though. So he'd better hop to it. Go convalesce for a bit. How good are you with medicine? I wouldn't even worry about it. Hunting... You'd actually be quite good. Construction, don't even think about it. Botany, no, don't even think about that. Don't even bother with animals. Do think about that, though. And do think about cutting plants and cooking. Oh, yes, you should definitely do the cooking. Smithing and carpentry and all the rest of that are not really things at the moment. Do not do research. You don't know what you're doing with that. Yeah, just let him rest there for a bit, and we'll build you a new bed soon. Okay. Another thing, though, this stockpile, no longer very relevant to our needs. I mean, for the moment, we're doing alright, but this is half of why I dug out this basement, because this, I think, is where I want my new and real stockpile to be. Although, of course, don't forget to build a floor underneath. A wood floor will do, I think, for our purposes. A clay floor would be nice, but that's simply not an option. Instead, a wood plank floor should do just fine. Don't put waste here, except bones. Bones can go there. I'm sure we'll find a use for those. Bone carving is a thing, after all. Okay, and a wooden restitutionist shrine, good. The only other thing I want to build... We'll put this Bagamon table... Bagamon... Gotta catch 'em. I don't know what Bagamon is, honestly, so I can't even begin to think what the puns would be. Doraemon, Doraemon. Anyway, not important at the moment. So he's gonna go ahead and rest. We're gonna have him construct a hay spot soon. Okay, now Sigismund. Deor, you are going to adopt our sleeping schedule. And you are going to get a melee weapon. You are going... Shields don't really apply at the moment, but we're gonna let you get everything that you can. Everything. Alright, and our colonist is now up on his feet. He has a concussion and an arm laceration, but that's alright. He's doing good. He's doing good. He's auto-equipping some stuff, which is really most excellent. And I am... Oh, crap, I misaligned that accidentally. My apologies. Did I put down a wood floor? Because there needs to be a wood floor here. Come on, come on. Can I not build this wood floor that I said I wanted? Seriously, bro, not cool. Not remotely cool. Actually, I'm not gonna have you haul anymore. I'd much rather you just construct things, Sigmund Freud. Much better, if you ask me. Constructing floors is just gonna be a good thing for the colony. Gonna be a good thing for keeping everything from spoiling. I am just utterly convinced that that is probably the highest priority at the moment, is keeping things from spoiling. Because I've never liked seeing things go to waste. That's just how I am. I don't know why, but the old saying of waste not, want not always resonated with me. Again, I really don't know why, but it's just kinda how I am. And yet I waste so much time on these games, so I really don't know. I really don't know whether I really do hold fast to, you know, not wasting time. Alright. Do we have anyone who can build that? No. What does it require? It requires skill of 15. Feck. No wonder. Well, never mind. It's only 2 folks. We should be fine, I think. So long as we're attacking uphill. Or from uphill, I should say. Okay, I know that I just selected the dang floor. No, he'd much rather just focus on the floor here instead. And he's saying, hey, Deor, I know your concussion is kind of bad, but maybe it'd be better to play some Bagaman. What do you think? And he's like, okay, that'll make me feel better. Even though my head is pounding and I'm feeling kind of lightheaded. Yeah, sure. Sure, playing a little game. Okay, alright, I'll actually tend your wound now. Thanks, man. It's nice not to feel lightheaded and like a complete nitwit. Alright, and finally he is building that new floor that will make this storage area much more useful. I'm going to keep these clay walls up for the moment until I can learn how to make beams. But that's alright. Looks like we've got plenty of space for the moment. Bagaman in the snow. Ah, yes, just as Mother used to do. I am, of course, joking. My mother did not do Bagaman in the snow, at least not to my knowledge. There are many things she might have done in the snow, like running away from her brothers or her dad, but these are mysteries to which I am not privy, whose secrets shall probably be completely enigmatic to me until the end of my days. Secrets about which I honestly don't care. Is it bad that I don't care about so much of my mother's life? I actually kind of care more about my dad's life, to be honest. But that's another story entirely. What isn't is this game. Well, actually, it is kind of a different game. Relationships are not a thing yet, but if they were a thing, a relationship would have been perfectly possible between our previous two colonists, one of which was a woman and the other a man, and that possibility is just not here now, given that it's two men. Maybe we will see a woman soon, I don't know. Not that propagation of the... use your words, man. Not that the propagation of the species is a thing in this game. In fact, the devs actually have said that they're not going to introduce children into this game. For various reasons. Probably especially so that horrible things can't happen to children that would get this game instantly banned if children were allowed to exist in it. Like children getting eaten, or children being attacked, or children having other unspeakable things done to them. Which, again, as you might have guessed from what I said, will remain unspoken. All things being what they are, however, I think it is time to begin research somewhere with somebody. Sigmund, it is time, I think. You're not going to be very comfortable doing this, but it must be done. Actually, if you could do a favor for me and put all of the food down in the bottom basement, that would be just terrific. Deor, that would be very, very useful of you. Okay, and despite standing in a pile of raw meat, Sigmund is well on his way to researching things, and Deor is really keeping the food at its peak. We're gonna have a good night for once, I hope. Is there any more food up here? No, there's... Okay, no, there are herbs, and, actually, on that note... Oh, and Deor's turned 27. Excellent, excellent. Let's see here. Cha-cha-cha. Take the herbs downstairs as well. Oh, well, they're not going to worry about that right now, but soon enough. We'll build a second clay brazier after they've slept and after we have hauled all of the perishables out. Hopefully to keep things relatively warm, because 37 degrees Fahrenheit is pretty miserable sleeping. And his wound needs tending. Well, I know that feeling, man. I know what it's like to, hardly have any sleep and then suddenly your head's throbbing or something else is feeling entirely out of sorts and you're like, oh, crap, I need to tend to this. Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of a concussion. Or something to that effect. What is a sticks pile doing in our door? Holy crap, no. Get that out of there. Alright, and the forest bandits are here. With 2 melee men. Oh boy. Let's see how this goes. Alright, no time to pray. Let's go. I mean, mind you, as it presently is, I'm not sure it really matters, but, you know, if we have one guy shooting and the other guy blocking with the spear, we should more or less be alright. Let's see. One thing's for sure, Sigmund is happy that we're standing together and that he's worked well. That's good. I'm happy for him. Alright, so where are these slowpokes at? Ah, there they are. And don't forget, fierce marauders are gonna become a thing, and a very unpleasant one. Okay, and our man is fighting. Ah! Retreat! Uh-oh. Ah! No! Nah! Wow, this is more difficult than I took it for. I hope I haven't made it so impossibly difficult that we were defeated. Well, that sucks. No. No! Cut. Ah, no. Carry him to a bed, please. Well, that didn't go as well as I'd hoped it would. Yeah, well, everybody's gonna rest then. Say... Perhaps I should have gotten the dog in on this. See, I'm not used to it, because again, this patch just came out this week. So, yeah, well. The dog does seem to be hauling whenever it pleases him. How's Sigismund doing? He's losing blood. That's not good. Sigismund? Sigmund. Holy crap, man. Okay, and they're gonna both bleed out if I don't help them. So, although Deor is really bad with medicine, I'm going to have him tend to Sigmund's wounds, because otherwise he's just gonna bleed out, and that's not going to do anybody any good. They really have improved the quality of raid. Well, half the problem is my settlement also isn't properly tended to either. Which is on me, to be fair. Deor, can you tend yourself? No. And he's gonna have a fair amount of blood loss if I don't tend to him. Thank you for protecting us, Lord, in spite of everything. Oh, go tend to him. No. Go tend to him now. He needs to be tended to, or else he is gonna bleed out like you almost did. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Alright, so yeah, we need to build a wall, and we need to make sure that we have the high ground next time. You really do have to build defenses in this game, apparently. Good to know, though. This is good to know, and it's also good to know that Our storage room is nice and cool. We've got a little mead. We've got other things so that we... Ah! Ah! What are you? Get out of here! Yeah, I need to build a door there sooner rather than later to keep things the hell out of there. I will say the addition of animals does actually produce a little more challenge, which does make it worthwhile. It is nice to have a little more challenge. Since I have the wood for it, though, I am going to go ahead and make a properly wooden door. Also, although the man does need to rest, I'd rather he construct a wooden door at the moment, just to make sure that the door... Oh, and this guy is an Oak Brethren Zealot, too, I only just noticed, so... Yeah, that's gonna be great. What else can this guy do, though? Okay, not an animal handler. Okay, not an animal handler. Good with carpentry, though. So, probably gonna... Wait a minute. That's Sigma. Okay. Gonna designate him as the carpenter. Designated cook, yes. He is a good marksman as well as a melee fighter. You know what? Actually, that being the case, I'm gonna go ahead and switch weapons on them. And, let's see, what else? No to tailoring, unless absolutely necessary, so... I mean, neither of them. Actually, no. You're the designated tailor because you both suck at it. Smithing, probably make you the designated smith because you suck at it. Sigmund, but Deor definitely knows how to do it. And yeah, I think everything else as it is. Let the dog go and eat something if he wants to. Books are coming in slowly. So, okay, while our guys are not feeling very happy today, they are doing a little better than they were before. Alright. This colony is turning out, and I keep saying alright, and I'm like, do I really need to do that? Of course I don't. What I need to do is to... Okay, come on. But why can I not... I can't haul it to a pile because... It just doesn't want me to, I guess. Because it's already in a stockpile, probably. Honestly. Let's try and select the stockpile and kick wood out because we now have a proper place to store it. Same with fodder. Same with clay. And we're just going to go ahead and expand this and expand its definitions. I think this is the appropriate amount of and type of resources. Sticks, yeah, we'll do sticks. What we're really trying to get to in the first place is architecture, so that we can properly expand that ceiling, which is presently open in kind of a diamond shape. I mean, it's a very nice looking opening, but it really shouldn't be there in the first place. Sigmund, I hope, agrees with me here, which is why he is working on writing books. We're gonna be fine for the time being. Deo is tending to Sigmund's wounds. Oh, that's a good act of brotherly love. You know, brother, I know that we failed to fend off my captors, but at least they didn't take me again. They saw that trying to fight us would be a losing proposition. So I do thank you for that. I may not be very good at doing medicine, but I will heal you as best I can. Thank you for healing me and for rescuing me, said Deor. Well, my dear friend, said our friend who had been in Iberia, even though we have radically different understandings of God or of nature, I hate to see a man be a slave, especially to mere bandits who care nothing but of profit. So feel free to dine in my house. Oh. Huh. So this carcass is not only a carcass, it's an unnamed carcass. The carcass of an unnamed animal. Well, strike me as fascinated. Deor is hunting. He's just hunting randomly. Which is like, okay, that's great, but I actually don't really need all of this. Can I tell him to be bothered about something else? I mean, of course I can, but what should I tell him to be bothered about? Maybe he's hunting because he really doesn't have anything else to do at the moment. That actually is my suspicion. I say we have him butcher more shit. That just makes sense to me. Okay, that stuff is decaying at an alarming rate. I really hope he gets his chronicles done soon. Well, speaking of things that do not need to be down here, bones are one of those. Hay is one of those. Those need to go. Those need to get out. They need to get out. Clay needs to get out of here. Salt. Limestone. No. None of these. Well, keep silver, gold, but none of the rest of these need to be in here. Get them out of here. This is cold storage. We need to save the space specially. No. Don't take wood down here. Get the wood out of here. Just to keep everything from rotting, we're gonna go ahead and shut off the fires. I mean, the temperature inside is cold, but at least that'll keep things from rotting. Because that's the last thing I need at the moment, is a bunch of rotten seeds that I worked so hard to get. The prospect of that does not please me in the slightest. On the other hand, books are proceeding slowly but surely. We've got 10. We just need 15 in order to get arches, which is going to be our first milestone. Feels so redundant to have to be doing all this again, but well. At least we have a pet now. Our dog, Davy Croc. Who has been eating, well, I'm not totally sure what he has been eating. Whatever he has been eating, he's been eating well, that's for sure. Been good, though. Deor, do you really just have nothing else to do, man? Okay, I'm gonna make you guys do something else. Because I want you to do something else, something productive. So gather some wood for me. Gather some wood so that we can build a wall that we can stand on. Chop that birch first and foremost. Chop that son of a birch. Yeah. That's a joke that hasn't been made 100,000 times. Yeah, sure. Alright. Build that, and we're gonna build a platform from which to shoot from, I suppose. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but that makes as much sense as anything. Archers ready! My boy's yours. Leaving now. Moving off. I always used to say that as feckin' off. Feckin' off. Autosave's doing well, though, and we're gonna probably close up once we get that wall up. Probably, because once we get that wall up, we will have something we didn't before. Which I realize is not exactly a ringing endorsement of what I'm trying to do, but... But I don't care at this point. I just need something more than what I had. And this will definitely be that. Another night passes and winter is quickly coming to an end, and soon we will Well, we would be able to farm if we weren't researching so blessed slowly. But we are. We are almost there, however. We are just this close to having architecture. And once we do that, agriculture will soon follow on its heels. Actually, can we get architecture now? Not quite. Just produce one more book, please. Okay, do either of you have a research... Really, Sigmund is the research guy. Nobody else really likes doing research the way he does. Alright, yes, finally. Finally our first minor but ever so crucial improvement is coming to fruition. That arch doesn't... Okay, no, it does look right. You just have to look at it from the right angle, I guess. Which is like, okay, fair. Fair enough. I did not expect to see, given all of the patch notes that I saw, I did not expect to see a fox anytime soon, but, well, that just goes to show. You don't know what to expect until it happens. I mean, I guess... Oh! And, yeah, I'm getting, I'm getting an idle settler, and he's not doing anything, and that, not very pleasing to me. Okay, so I am going to have him try to construct things, and try to do a little research, you know, just so that he's not just standing there, but it looks like we will have our platform soon, and I'm gonna end it there, just because these two knuckleheads have kinda... On my account, they kind of forgot to do anything about their defense, so if we can at least do that much, that would be good. Alright. On that note, on this relatively mundane note of actually just defending one's base, I think we can finally call that a night. It's been a fun night, it's been an interesting night. I'm glad work today was not amazingly busy so that I could come in and do a full episode before 11:30, which is when I'm trying to get to bed, or at least off of the computer. So yeah, no, this has been satisfying. I'm kind of sad that we lost our old colony with two very good and loving and caring settlers, and I'm also sorry I lost my monastery. I suppose I could have just loaded it up again in 0.7.11, but you know what? I don't do that. That's not how I do things. Thank you very much for joining me, though, and peace be to you. I love you all who've seen me or who haven't. I really hope that you comment next time, because I do like hearing from you all. I like to know how I'm doing and what I can do to make this more interesting to you. Peace be to you, and I hope you have a good